It's Week 11 of the National Football League, and we've got a showdown in the AFC North. It's the Browns and the Bengals, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 22.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the Queen City of Cincinnati and Paul Brown Stadium right on the banks of the Ohio River. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Cleveland Browns. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And Charles, our ball game here featuring a couple of young quarterbacks a lot of people have their eye on. Trevor Lawrence and Joe Burrow.
Yeah, Brandon, we're starting to see some of the old guard moving on. Guys like Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers, Eli Manning. And in their place, there have been some dynamic young guys who have come into the league, not just this year, but in the last 3 or 4 years in particular. They really changed the quarterback position. And I think both of these guys fit into that category. Youth is being served.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Burrow's throw caught by Higgins. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Looking to throw again on second down. Burrow, he's got his tight end over the middle. T.J. Hockenson. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Now Joe Mixon. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation...
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Chauncey Golston in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. The Bengals bring out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. 35 yards that time on the punt, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
And Lawrence going to smartly hit the deck here as he is able to pick up the first down in the process. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Lawrence. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Lawrence. That's complete to his tight end, Farrell. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other. On 3rd down, Lawrence. They set up the screen for Sermon. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. 4th down now after a loss of 2. For Charles, first drive here, a little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now Burrow. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. Pass incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Here's Higgins out on the right side. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. .31 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Trey Hendrickson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22. To the right side, this is Sermon. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move there couldn't buy him much space.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Hard throw, incomplete. The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. The numbers for Mixon last week, 14 carries, 90 yards.
After the last game, they have plenty of reason to be confident in their running game. And even though they're facing a top 10 defense, they're not going to shy away from doing what they do best. Make them adjust to them. Make them stop what they do before they go to any type of a changeup.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Burrow will throw. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. From the gun, a give to Mixon. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 44 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot. getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. This will be caught inside the 10. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here. No score after one on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here. A first chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. This is first and goal from about the 8. Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now from the 9, here's second and goal. Jet sweep, Boyd with it. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Third and goal, Burrow. This goes out wide from Mixon. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 7 on the year. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Takes it at the 7. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Here's Lawrence to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on third and medium to pick up the first. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. On the handoff, Sermon. The solid stiff arm. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Now Lawrence to throw. Got a man. It's Brown. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense could get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Sermon. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Again with Sermon. And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal. This Bengal defense, they passed the first 2 tests. Now it's 3rd and goal. Stevenson is into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it was polished off by a Ramondre Stevenson touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Cincinnati set to take over once again. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Did they stick with it?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
From the 24, Burrow. That's complete. It's Bell. And out across midfield down to the 45. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. That one was hard to fathom. They were in the dime. They had 6 DBs back there. They still lost it.
Great word, because I'm right there with you. I don't understand how they couldn't pick him up. But don't be surprised next week early, there's some extra people in the locker room. Maybe a tryout or 2 for those guys who missed him.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Here's a give to Mixon. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. A handoff to Mixon. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 64 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
Burrow getting this into the hands of Higgins. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And incomplete. Drew Sample, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
On 2nd down, Mixon. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Joe Mixon with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Bengals have taken the lead. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
The drive starts with a carry by Sermon. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
On 2nd and 9, Lawrence escaping the pressure right. And Lawrence going to smartly hit the deck here as he is able to pick up the 1st down in the process. Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a 1st down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Lawrence. He's got Jordan complete right side. That catch good for only a couple. To throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now he dumps this off over the middle, and they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
Now Lawrence on first down. That'll be complete to Sermon. And the stiff arm proved fruitful for a second, but the daylight quickly snuffed out. Lawrence going to throw again. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Throw over the middle, caught by Jordan. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Touchdown, Browns. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Bengals going to take over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. Now Burrow on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He gets this one to Boyd. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Burrow. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. And Burrow going to throw again. Airing one out for Boyd. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Let's go! He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
The Browns going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got a man, complete. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Here's Lawrence. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Trey Hendrickson make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they take a 17-14 lead. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice win for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up in the Steel City, Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. And it's the Cowboys on top as they play the second quarter. Dak Prescott on target, repeatedly there. 5 touchdown passes. From there, it's off to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they trail the visiting Chicago Bears. Kyle Allen throwing the football well. He has 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And it's the visiting Washington football team who have the lead in that one. Terry McLaurin, a touchdown reception. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Browns. And their passing game has been the reason why they lead thus far. They've had great success moving the ball through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they too found some success throwing the football. But I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And the half will begin with a touchback.
Come on, baby. Let's go!
So here are the Browns to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. And they'll run with Sermon to begin the drive. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
On second down, another shot for Sermon. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Open man is Jordan, the tight end. That catch good for only a couple. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Throwing again on second down. Lawrence. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Lawrence. Sermon with space, a first down and then some. And finally taken down at the 34. Give them 19 there as the drive marches forward.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. They go play action with Lawrence. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Sermon. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Trey Sermon, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Browns take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Point after, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Chauncey Golston racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. And that's his 2nd sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the third quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw caught by Higgins. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. But remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. It could have been his second, but instead it's 4th down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And taken at the 46. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position.
Come on, Nat.
So that a free 15 yards.
And it's always a tough one as a defender because a lot of the penalties that you commit, pass interference, holding, when they happen, you actually know what you're doing. But a face mask penalty, a lot of times it's inadvertent, but it still costs you the same amount of yardage.
And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. Flushed out right. And he gets it down to the 32. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play cornerback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight for the belt buckle, because where it goes, that's where you find his body, and he's able to get in there and make a great play.
Running left is Sermon. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. If they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Lawrence. He'll leave that underneath to Sermon. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Sermon now on 1st and 10. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Lawrence. It's complete to Cook. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Here's Sermon. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
This is obviously a critical sequence for this defense if they want to stay in this game. Down 2 scores already. They give up a touchdown here. That'll make things really difficult for their offense moving forward.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Again, Sermon. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Trey Sermon, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on our side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments. And you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there.
And that might be just what they needed to get back in this game. Sometimes you need a big play to shake things up, get a little life in your sideline, get everyone believing again, and they got it there in a big way.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Jet sweep. Boyd with it. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Bobby Brown has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Greg Joseph on the field goal. A 39-yard attempt.
The kick by Joseph is good. And that will close the gap down to 14. So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the 3rd quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He is hoping to find the end zone for a 3rd time, and we sit now in the 3rd quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. 7 yards to pick up there.
You better come off next time, son.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 24-yard line.
And they'll run the toss here with Sermon. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Now Lawrence. This will be caught by Brown. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's another beautiful throw right there. It gets it to his man right in stride, and I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm, they've been sharp, they've been on it, and they pick up another first down there.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. This will be caught once again by Brown. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. They give to Sermon out of the gun. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. From midfield now, Lawrence. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. The Browns on 3rd down. Can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
60 out more.
Now a handoff, Sermon, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
81 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on third down conversions. They need a yard here. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage with a flag down here to boot. So they may back up further. So following the holding call, what can they do here on third and long? Lawrence will throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Now this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game, and that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
For the Bengals offense getting set and ready to go again here. Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settle in now 1st and 10. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. They'll contain him to just 4, second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From just shy of midfield, Burrow. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bell. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score, because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Again, it's Burrow. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Mixon uses the stiff arm. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Mixon again. And this time they were waiting for him, as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now How about this Browns defense? They've held so far. This is now 3rd and goal. Here's a run with Mixon. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
I know this is your spot, partner, so forgive me for jumping in, but there's no decision right here. They have to go for it in this situation. They're down on the scoreboard. How many other opportunities are you going to get?
Yeah, I'm with you. 4th quarter, like you said, down on the scoreboard. And remember here, a field goal virtually does them no good. Joseph's got it. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Heading out as a Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Lawrence's throw caught by Tony. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Sermon. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Now he's forced out left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Now Lawrence on first down. Got a man. It's Brown. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down.
First down, Browns.
On the handoff, Sermon. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. They run once more with Sermon. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They'll try and run for the first with Sermon. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. The carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They run. Here's Sermon. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball.
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Bengals grab it. And nothing but daylight ahead. The 40. The 20. 10. And hold everything here. This one is not over yet. They return it for the touchdown.
They continue to fight, don't they?
So certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion. They'll let Mixon try and run it in. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Well, they had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that 2-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point? But after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for 2 and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Now a run with Sermon. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. This is Sermon. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Here's Sermon. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards there and a first down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And I tell you, these division games never for the faint of heart, but they come through with a tight victory here on the road.
And you find yourself working harder in a game like this too, don't you?
Yeah,
because you got to stay with it, right? You got to stay with it. You got to stay locked in. It's our type of a game. And you just mentioned it. Division game on the road, tight, and they find a way to win it. Way to